All right, here we are, the beautiful Benji Park, Bangkok, and today is a not so beautiful day. Got a little bit of rain, but we're hoping it'll hold off and we won't get caught in one of Bangkok's famous thunderstorms. Today I've got with me Mr. El Presidente, Mr. 120 half marathon, 35-minute 10K, Mr. Matthew Benton. Welcome.
Hi.
So I wanted to ask you a few questions about your running, draw on a bit of your experience this morning. And I wanted to start off by asking you, I know you did a fairly brutal tempo run this morning of probably about 8Ks, about that.
Yep, that's great.
At a sub 4-minute pace, which is pretty brutal for most of us, and probably pretty brutal for you even. And so I wondered, what is it about running that inspires you, that excites you, especially when you have a workout like that that's really tough and that most people wouldn't do. Even a lot of runners would shy away from that. So what is it that really gets you excited when you have something tough like that to do?
Well, I think what motivates me mostly is it's something that that you experience after already having done something challenging, and I think that's something that you really don't know that that's going to inspire you or motivate you until you've already done it a few times. And I think that's why a lot of people maybe never experience it, because they never try it to begin with, because they don't realize. So I think sometimes you need to be nudged into it by a friend that says, hey, you should go out and try this. We think you'd be really good at it. Well, I mean, that's kind of how I started, was back in high school and junior high. Somebody said, hey, you should go out for the track team, or you should go out for the cross country team. We think you'd be good. And I said, all right, fine. Never really liked running all by itself particularly, but I played other sports which involved running. But the thing I liked about those running sports is that it was a team sport, and I was willing to push myself harder than I otherwise would by myself, mainly for the team to win.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's where you get your first taste of that glory of really having pushed yourself beyond what you thought was possible. You achieve that and you get this really awesome high afterwards. And you know, it's not just personal glory, but you're happy because you gave it all for your team. But when I was younger, I enjoyed running for the team, but I never liked going out by myself and running. So after high school, I pretty much stopped running. And so then it wasn't until I moved back here to Bangkok that I got back into running. But I do like challenging sports, such as rock climbing, which is another one where you really get that sense of, I don't know, you get that rush of adrenaline after you've done something really kind of terrifying and scary. So you kind of get addicted to that.
Yeah.
And so I always like activities where I can push myself. And so for running here, I do enjoy setting goals for myself in the long run, such as a 10K race or a half marathon race. And then I strategize how I want to accomplish those goals. So I realize that you need a variety in your workouts to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And so there are a couple things. What motivates me to get out this morning to do a tempo run is I have, in the distant future, a target to improve on my race times. So I know that I have to get out of bed and do these at some point. But in the more immediate term, I know that I'm going to feel really good for the rest of today after having pushed myself this morning.
Yeah, good point.
So you get a couple good benefits from doing a hard workout. Now, of course, right before the run, you're just thinking, oh, this is going to hurt. But you just kind of have to say, all right, let's just get into it. And once you're in the zone, you just focus on what you're doing. And it's hard, but you look forward to being finished.
Yes.
And then it feels great when you're done.
For
and
sure.
I think I really get addicted to that feeling. And I know that you can't go hard every single day. So you have key workouts in the week, and you try to make the most of those. And hopefully you feel good afterwards.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty thorough description of inspiration, as well as your history in running, which I was going to ask about. You went into that you were running track and cross country in high school, is that right?
Yeah.
And after that, did you stop running for a while? And if so,
Well,
when and why did you get back into it more recently?
in college or in undergrad, there were about 5 years. I didn't really do any sports organized wise. So it wasn't until I moved out to Colorado that I got back into playing intramural basketball.
Uh-huh.
And so I was always pretty good at running the floor. And so, you know, that was something that I enjoyed. But sports that require coordination, you know, like having a good shot,
Yeah.
and that, you know, weren't necessarily natural to me, but endurance sports were. So I also took to road biking because one of my buddies was a cyclist, and he convinced me to give it a try. And of course, you know, those endurance sports, you know, seem to just go natural with me, and I enjoyed road biking canyon roads with steep hills, and you know, you get those really hard climbs. It's brutal, but you get the reward of the nice long cruising downhill through those winding canyon roads. I mean, you can ride for 30 minutes and not have to pedal. But of course, the work getting up to the top of that mountain is a lot of work. But
Yeah.
but of course, everything that requires challenge has a great reward usually.
True.
So if you
True.
want those nice things, you got to work hard for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much the sports that I did in well, the years leading up to here. But now I've been running for 3 years here in Bangkok,
So there
and I've
wasn't.
been much more
Yeah.
interested in just the pure lifestyle of running. So more so than I ever really appreciated when I was younger. I think I was a little too immature to appreciate it, but it's now just become part of my life where it's my social life, it's my fitness. I also see that there's benefits from working with runners who are better than you, faster than you. You know, you have to appreciate the time spending with other runners, sharing, you know, what you know, but then you also have to appreciate the alone time. You know, you have to
Certainly.
be able to just be kind of in a meditative state, whether it's an easy run or if it's a hard run like this morning. You know, there's just so many aspects of it, and I think variety is the key to life, and I think that's true for running.
Certainly, I'd agree with that. Would you say that your goals for running now have changed significantly from those that you perhaps had when you were starting off in high school there?
Well, I think if there was a team that was racing here regularly and I was a part of that, I think my motivation would be about the same as it was back then.
Right.
Which actually we do have a couple of those with the Ekiden Relay and the
Yeah.
Ocean to Ocean.
True,
And I
true.
always love being a part of those. I love to really push myself for the team. So in that sense, it's the same motivation, but I have to kind of have that drive to push myself in an individual performance as well. And I think I've been much better at doing that here than I was in my younger years.
Yeah.
So
Do you feel like you've had to develop another part of yourself, another competitive part of yourself, perhaps a more meditative part of yourself to motivate yourself in the more individual pursuit without the team there?
well, yeah, I would say that in this sense, I actually think that running is a great form of stress relief, or relief for
Certainly,
me too.
certainly.
So, you know, if I go a long time without running, I start to get really cranky and uptight and all this. So I think it's also great for my mental health. It's great for my physical health, social life, and all that. So I think I'm much more capable of appreciating all the different aspects of running.
Right.
Which I
right.
used to always say, oh, I hate running. I would never just go and run for the heck of it.
Yeah.
Unless I was sacrificing myself for a team. That was
Right.
always my attitude
Right.
towards running, but that's definitely changed. Could come with age. Could
Yeah,
also
that's
come with the fact that I like the simplicity of running now.
Yeah.
I used to have, well, I mean, you go rock climbing.